What is happening, y'all? Jay here, and welcome back for another Black Myth Wukong video. And in this one, we are finding probably the most secret boss in this game, which is quite frankly the biggest boss I have fought in a very long time, and drops a very special reward. But to get that reward, we need to first activate this boss, and for that we need to find 4 optional bosses, defeat them, and then make your way across different chapters to find 4 Skandhas. So let's start, and start we need to from the Verdant Path Shrine, which is the first shrine in chapter 6. So yeah, easy to find. After which you need to hop onto your cloud to then turn left from here and simply go straight, just as you're seeing here. And as soon as you get to the cliff here, you want to literally dive down to the water body you see down there, and that's where you will find our first boss, Jiao Lung of Waves. He is not that difficult to beat. The others are slightly more painful, and I will tell you the best way to defeat them. Anyways, with this one, defeat him, upon which you will get a very cool Curio, the Waterward orb, which basically increases defense when in water, which can be quite useful moving ahead in chapter 6. Next up, again from the same shrine, you want to head out the same way as you did before, but this time around, instead of diving down, you want to turn right, and from here hug the cliff on the right and keep turning right until you see a dry brown patch of land, where you are going to encounter the last of the frog bosses. This boss can be a little challenging, so you want to activate your cloud step and let these other enemies take down some of the frog's health. Now, the thing with this boss is that there'll be a time when he turns into stone, and mind you, for a pretty long time, and the entire time he's in this form, you just want to evade and not engage him. It's futile, your hits won't hit him. Anyways, upon defeating him, you get a legendary Curio, which when equipped ignores the enemy's 4 Bane's resistance. You will also receive the Tadpole material. This should be your 6th one, which now lets you upgrade the Baoli Gulang Spirit to max mythical level. Anyways, 2 down and 2 to go. Same as before, you wanna get to the edge of the cliff here and you wanna turn slightly left, and at a distance you can already catch a glimpse of the next boss, Son of Stones. Now this is a big guy, and when you first find him, you can see him sitting down admiring the scenery. So make the most of this time while the big guy tries to get up to get some good initial hits in. Now he does have a big health pool, and he does send forth electrical charges in your direction, so be mindful of that. And upon defeating him, you get Mind Core and Fine Gold Thread. Okay, now what you want to do is, from the edge of the cliff where you defeated this boss, you want to hop onto your cloud and just head dead straight, where you will come across a body of water, and just to its right, you're going to find your next boss. Now this guy does release these green goblin type explosions, which are quite random and they explode on impact, so you want to be careful of that. And upon defeating him, you will get, well, what do you know, Mind Core and Fine Gold Thread. Yeah, okay. With that done, you want to get to the edge of the cliff and turn left, and keep turning left while hugging the wall, just like this, until you literally see a dead end ahead. From here, you want to dive down and you can already see something bubbling in the water. That's your last optional boss. Defeat him and get some refined iron sand. Okay, that does it with the optional bosses. But we are not done yet. No sir, that was just the first part. I mean, I did say this was the hardest boss to find, did I not? So for the second part, we need to find the 4 Skandhas, and our first route takes us to chapter 1 at the front hill shrine, and from there you want to take the narrow path straight through this gate of sorts, through this bridge of sorts, and you want to take a left from here to reach a stream of water to reach your first Skandha of form. Next, we need to reach the mindfulness cliff shrine at the village of ecstasy area, and you know, go ahead like this and drop down from here. Now you basically want to go through the narrow path through 5 sets of stairs. Okay, from the third one, take right, go through 2 more stairs, after which you want to run along this edge where you will come to a dead end. So take a right from there, which is basically a cave, and on the other side we have our second Skandha of thought. For the next part, we need to collect all the Buddha eyes which are scattered all across chapter 2, and there are 6 of them. After which, you want to defeat the stone vanguard boss, which you can find right next to the rock rest shrine. Now, if you have collected all the Buddha eyeballs and you go back to the stone vanguard boss arena, you can now interact with the rock and we have a secret boss fight. And upon defeating it, we get our third Skandha of feeling. Now, for the final one, and I promise you, this one is the easiest to find, and you can find it at the Purifying Spirit Shrine at the Webbed Hollow area, and from here, follow me. Through this narrow passage you see ahead, and from there, you wanna climb these rocks on the left and take a sharp left, and at a distance, you can see the final statue head. With that done, it's finally time to take on the giant Shigindang. And to get here, we start at the same shrine for the 100th time now. And you want to make your way the same way you went to find the Son of Stone's boss. So cross the boss arena and you are looking for a gap on the right. So take that, and if you have got all the 4 Skandhas and defeated all the optional bosses as shown in this video, the Shigindang would be activated and waiting for you. This boss is not as menacing as it looks. You basically want to hit these crystal-like structures on the left hand, do it a couple of times and he's gonna fall down. After which you basically want to climb him, which will activate a cutscene, and you get your final Skandha, the Skandha of consciousness. Now all that's left is to go back to the Zodiac village and meet Zoodog. Hand him the 5 Skandhas and you have your reward, the 5 Skandhas pill, which increases all your base stat levels, which includes your health, your mana and your stamina. So that's it, there you have it. The hardest boss to find in Wukong. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.